guys, so let's talk March favorites because March is already over and that went by way too quickly. So I have a few March favorites. I've recently gotten like a whole bunch of new stuff and I haven't used it through the whole of March, so I didn't want to be like, hey, this is a March favorite, when realistically it's like a half a March favorite. So okay, these are the things that I've been loving through the month of March. The month of March. These are the things that I have been truly loving. Okay, Sonia with the words and the talking and the phrases and the sentence putting together thing. Okay, so I'm going to start with hair care because I usually don't very often have hair care stuff that wows me, and this little duo completely changed my life, and that is a bold statement. I know, changed my life. It literally changed my life. Okay, so this is a shampoo and a conditioner, and this is by the brand Therapy G. Okay, so I don't know if it was climate. I don't know if it was we went from, because I live in Florida, like I've said in all of my videos pretty much, we went from really obviously hot weather to colder weather. I wouldn't say freezing because, well, hello, it's Florida. And then we went back to hot weather, and then rain, and then cold, and then hot again, and the weather changes so often here. So I don't know if it was climate or what was going on, but something was going on with my scalp, and my scalp was itching and flaking, and I was getting so attractively getting like sores on my scalp, and I did not know what to do. I was using coconut oil, I was trying a bunch of different types of shampoos and conditioners for moisturizing your scalp, and nothing was working. And luckily a friend of mine works at a salon, or well, should I say she owns her own salon, and she told me about this stuff, and it's called, again, Therapy G, and it is a cruelty-free brand. But actually what I thought was kind of intriguing about it is it was originally made for anti-aging scalp, so like if you're losing your hair, etc., etc. But it has literally saved my scalp, and I don't notice really like anything else. Like, it's a great conditioner and shampoo all in all, so it really rescued the moisture factor in my scalp, and other than that, it leaves like, I'm not sure if everybody will like this, but I really like this. It's got a slight pepperminty smell to it, but what I really like about it is that when you use it, it leaves a little bit of a cooling, tingling effect on your scalp because it's got the mint in it, so you kind of feel like it's working. Now I will say that with the shampoo, when you go and, I almost smacked myself straight in the face, when you go and apply this to your dome, if you want to like put it on your scalp and then add some more water, because it takes a little bit to lather up. That's the only thing. Like, at first I was like, why is this not lathering? Why? But other than that, seriously, like, life-changing product, and I don't say that too often. So yeah, it's really good. If you know, I've never heard of this before. Like, I've never seen it anywhere. I've never heard of it before or anything, so I don't know if anybody else has ever heard of this. I've never heard anybody talking about this. If you can get your hands on some, do it, especially if you had the problem that I was having, which I can't explain. I don't know what it was. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what it was. I don't know. But this made it go away, so I'm so thankful. Okay, enough raving about the skincare and my scalp problems, and let's talk about skincare. I just said skincare for the hair care. I meant enough talking about the hair care. Now let's talk about skincare. Okay, I have one skincare product this month that has really wowed me, and that is, this is the Roche Posay, I have no idea how to pronounce this, Effaclar Purifying Foaming Gel, and it's It's soap free. Now, I've heard a bajillion YouTubers talk about La Roche Posay, especially ones that are over yonder and over the pond, you know what I mean? Like in England, London, that sort of area. I don't think that we in the States carried La Roche Posay until recently. I found mine at Target, and then I also found out that Ulta just recently started carrying it as well. But I found the brand at Target, and this is the, it's supposed to help with tested on acne-prone skin. So if you've got any breakouts or anything like that, that's really when I've been using it. I've been using it like at nighttime because it's, you know, that time of the month. So girls break out, get, you know, a few spots here and there, and this has really been helping. Now, the only thing I will say is it wasn't too pricey. You get 6.76 fluid ounces, so I mean, it's a pretty hefty bottle. The only thing I will say, and it was only $14.99, it does not have the best smell in the world, if I'm honest. It smells very chemically. That's not a word, but that's what it smells like, and I'm not a huge fan of the smell, but it has been working. I would say that if you have dry skin, this might not be the best option for you though, because I have combination skin, and this does tend to dry my skin out a little bit, even though it's soap free. So I don't know. It does tend to dry my skin out a little bit, so I find that I have to use like, that's why I use this at nighttime, because then on top of that I will use like a thick moisturizer, like a nighttime moisturizer with this. So, but other than that, it's been really, really good on my little spots and whatnot. So really liking this, aside from the smell, and it was only $14.99, and I'm excited to see what else La Roche Posay has to offer, because I've really heard good things about the brand. So yeah, La Roche Posay, try it, Target or Ulta. And then the last, I've got a couple of makeup products, and then a random favorite. So the makeup products, let me just talk to you about the thing that I didn't think would be a thing, and then I bought it and I was just like, how did I live without this? How did I live without this product? And that is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. It's basically this little pumpy doohickey, which a girl can appreciate because pumps make the world go round when it comes to makeup. It makes things so easy. And can we just discuss the fact that the NARS Sheer Glow, when you go to Sephora, all of their testers have pumps on them, and I asked a Sephora employee, and she's like, yeah, they come with a pump, no problem. I was like, okay, cool, because that is a buying factor for me. If it has a pump, word, because that makes it 10 times easier to use, right? I opened that bitch up when I got home, and there was no pump. There was none. I was not happy about that at all. So this has a pump. I've actually never, aside from this, I never got on the bandwagon of buying like every single Becca highlighter out there like everybody and their mother has. This was the first Becca product I've ever used in my whole life, except for the blush, the Becca blush that I just bought. But this thing is amazing. Basically, it's just obviously a primer, but it adds, you're supposed to put it underneath of your foundation, your tinted moisturizer, your CC BB cream, whatever, and it adds such a natural looking glow underneath. It makes you look very glowy from within, like you just went on a tropical getaway and you just have a glow to your skin, and it is amazing. And a little goes a long way, seriously, like a very little goes a long way. And this has just been like amazing, especially for spring. Like, who does not want to have glowy skin during spring? I love it, love it, love it. Cannot say enough good things. And then again, the longevity of my makeup has been great too. So, I mean, not like, whoa. I don't feel like anything really compares to my Too Faced Hangover primer that I used to use, which I need to go and repurchase, but this thing is amazing. So, and then my other makeup favorites, one is a palette, or well, 6 eyeshadows, and that's a NARS palette. Now this is an oldie but a goodie, and I've been using it like to death recently, and I didn't use it for quite a while. I was using my naked what are they called? Naked Basics palettes for a while, and I completely forgot about this, and then I cracked this bad boy out again, and I remembered how much I love it, because look how beautiful it is. It's just got like the perfect shades in it. This is not white, it's coming up white in the, I don't know why, but it's actually like this, what would you call that? Like a pinky brownie almost. No, not brown. I don't know. It's kind of like a taupey shade. Anyway, this palette is called And God Created the Woman. Yes, sir, he did. That is correct. And I've just been loving it. It's perfect. If you want to do a simple smoky eye, it's perfect. And NARS eyeshadows are fantastical. And yes, if you've never heard of this, I don't really hear YouTubers talking about this too often, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong, and I think I might have just broken a hinge. Oh, no. Yeah. What? That sucks. Okay, so yeah, this is a fantastic palette. Highly recommended. Been using the poop ton out of it this month. Yes. So the last 2 makeup products that I have are actually drugstore products, and one of them is a brush. If I can get it open. Ow! Okay. And that is the Baked Blush. I feel like I'm the last person to jump on this bandwagon, again, as with most things. And that is the Baked Blush in the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. Such a talked about shade. Okay, it's really bad coloring. It is a beautiful peachy, corally, slightly gold glow, shimmery baked blush, and it's amazing, and it lasts all day, and it's super blendable, and it's perfect peach. And if you've not tried it, highly, highly, highly recommend it. I've been wearing it pretty much like every single day. Like almost every single day, which is sad because blushes are like one of my favorite things to buy, and I own a lot of them, and I've been dedicating the month of March pretty much to the one solid Luminoso blush, and that's it. So, and then my last makeup product is something that I really have fallen in love with, and that is the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster in the shade... What shade are you? Light medium. I love it. I love it so much. It's such a gorgeous, perfect, like natural looking bronzer. It's so natural. It actually really reminds me of like really reminds me a lot of the Body Shop's bronzer in bronzing powder in light matte. Oh my god, they look pretty much identical, except for maybe this one's a little bit darker than this one. Wow. Wow. Okay, so this is going to be for when I'm a little bit tanner, and then this one's going to be for when I'm a little bit pale. They're pretty much, they're very similar. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I've been really enjoying this, and what I just recently realized is because I thought it was completely matte, it's not. It's got a slight, like, gold shimmer in it. It doesn't come off, like, glittery or anything. The only thing I will say is I hate this packaging. it's so bulky, it's so big, and then it's got this like retractable middle part, and then it comes with a brush underneath, but nobody ever uses those brushes. But the formula and the pigmentation and the blendability and the softness of this bad boy is great. It's this brownie golden goodness right here. I love it. Absolutely love it. Now let me wipe that off because God knows where that's going to get on this shirt or somewhere. I'm just dropping stuff. Okay, and then the last favorite I have for the month of March is a random favorite. Actually, I lied. I have 2 more favorites. So they're both random favorites, but this one is something that I have absolutely been loving, and I bought it halfway through February, and I've been using it through the whole of March, and although I should have gotten it at the very beginning of the year, oh well. And it is this journal, and I keep a journal. I'm so lame, and I don't know if anybody else keeps journals, but I keep like a legit journal. I have since I was a teenager. I love writing down my thoughts. I love writing down things that just come to me. I love writing down like trials and tribulations that I've gone through, because sometimes on a day-to-day basis, you just forget that something happened or someone said something very meaningful, and or just something meaningful that you went through, and you just forget like how you felt in the moment. And I feel like sitting down and capturing those moments and writing them, and then years later being able to go back and being like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that, or oh my gosh, I forgot I went through that, or I forgot that someone said that, or something, just anything like that, because we as people are forgetful, and sometimes as time goes on, you just forget those things that you went through, and the specific meaningful things that someone said to you that you just want to hold on to and you want to remember. And not only that, but I am very, very, very forgetful person, so I have to write everything down. Anyways, so I got this at my local Barnes & Noble, and it is a 1 line a day, a 5-year memory book. So you literally write, like, in one sentence, it gives you a couple of lines, but in one sentence, you pretty much write down, like, for that day, what happened, or just, like, a brief summary of your day, and then that happens for 5 years. So, like, on the same day, every single year, so like on March 17th of 2016, you write something, and then on March 17th of 2017, you write something, and you can see what you were doing on the exact same day 1 year later. So I think that kind of concept is really cool, especially if you're the type of person who wants to kind of remember things, but doesn't have enough time to like sit down and actually jot down in a journal. It's just a really cool concept, and surprisingly enough, I didn't think that I was going to be able to, but surprisingly enough, I've been keeping up with it really, really well and writing in it every single day. So yeah, if you've never heard of these or seen these and you want to get in the mood or mode of writing in a journal, definitely recommend one of these. And it's just such a pretty color, and the pages are gold, and yes, loving it. And then my very last March favorite, which to be honest, this has been like one of my favorites for February and March, is podcasts. I'm on computers and stuff like that a lot throughout the day, and I hate silence. I hate it when I'm working at a computer and there's just nothing. It drives me insane. And sometimes I just don't want to listen to music all of the time. I prefer to listen to somebody talking. So I either have like YouTube videos playing on in the background, or I listen to podcasts. And I used to never listen to podcasts. So I didn't really ever get into them, or like audiobooks. I kind of am the type of person who prefers to actually physically be reading a book. But I've recently started listening to podcasts, and I downloaded the Stitcher app onto my iPhone, and I've been listening to 3 podcasts, which have been amazing. And the first one is called The Nerdist, and that is made by Chris Hardwick, who is the guy who does The Talking Dead after The Walking Dead on Sundays. And if you're not a Walking Dead fan, then leave now. We cannot be friends. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, he's the guy who does The Talking Dead after The Walking Dead, and he basically just does, like, not interviews, but, like, talks to, what, basically, like, famous people? Not, like, on the grand scheme of things, not, like, you know, like, crazy famous people. Like, he has had quite a few of, you know, famous people, do podcasts with him, like Tom Hanks and, oh gosh, who else? There's a million of other people that he's done. But I really quite enjoyed the Lisa Kudrow one. The Tom Hanks one was great as well. Paul Rudd, who is one of my favorite actors, was really, really great. So I definitely give that a listen if you're into podcasts or if you're looking for something new to listen to. And then the other two that I've really been loving is Serial Radio, which is basically, it's kind of hard to explain, but she's kind of like a detective, and it's based off of like real life events, and stuff like that. It's really, really good. You'd have to get into it. But yeah, that one was one of my favorites. And then the last one is called Limetown. And that one is fictional completely. But it's so good and it's so well written and it's just so well told. The whole story being put together is just, it's so good, and it's like really riveting. Like, it gets you like hooked and you're just like, what, and it's kind of a thrilling, suspenseful sort of story. Yeah, if you're interested in getting interested into podcasts, I definitely listen to those three. Those are my top three favorites. So yeah. There's also history ones and stuff like that. There's some for like all different kinds of like tastes and what you're into. But yeah, I've been really loving those three. And again, the app is called Stitcher. And I believe it's available for iPhone and Android. I'm not 1,000% positive, but I'll leave all the information in the description box down below. So that is it for my March favorites. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!